My name is Michael, and it's been quite some time since I made a video, but today we're going to talk about Capture One again, and especially about the differences between Capture One and Lightroom, and especially regarding, well, layers. And there are no layers in Lightroom, right? And I want to show you how I edited this image on the right to look like the image on the left, and I want to show you exactly how it's done, and I want to show you how to use the layers feature in Capture One to get this kind of result. Let's get into it. So the image that we're gonna edit here has been shot on the Fuji X-T30 on the 10-24 lens, which is currently my new favorite lens. I love to use it, and it's been about 2 weeks in which I had the opportunity to work with the X-T30 for a workshop that I made for Fujifilm in Lisbon. So let's have a look at the image quality, the sharpness, and so forth. We are at 200% right now, so we're going to zoom back out again. And let's talk about the things that I would like to do in this image. Now, first of all, the building on the left side has the same color as my subject. Now that will distract some of the attention to the left side, which is not good. And I don't see enough detail in the sky. And I want to make the street darker. These are the main things. And obviously there is a lot of graffiti on the walls. And to be honest, they can be removed, obviously, but this is something that would probably need to be done in Photoshop, and it would take a lot of time. So we're not going to do this, but we're going to edit the image right now. I'm going to show you the tools that I use to do that. Now, if I want to change the color of the yellow building on the left, I cannot do it with the color editor, because I would also change the color of this streetcar right here. So what I want to do is, anyway, I want to go into the advanced color editor, select the yellow of the building, and then I want to press these 3 buttons right here and create a masked layer. Now, this will take some time, but with this layer, I am now able to mask this area. So let's go into the close some things first to get a better overview of what's happening. And what we're going to do now is we're going to go into the layers and have a look at the mask that was created by Capture One. Now I want to erase the areas that I don't want to edit right now. So for that reason, I'm gonna adjust my brush size and work my way to a mask that will only work on the left side of the image. And I would always prefer to work on a Wacom tablet to do masking, but currently I'm just on my MacBook, and I'm gonna do it with my touchpad, which is working fine because Capture One has quite some good auto masking features that will correct my drawing automatically. So let's have a look at my tool again to see. Yeah, my opacity has not been on 100%, so that's why I will need to work here one more time to get all the masking out of the way. And now I'm gonna go into the color editor one more time, select the building, and now I can change the hue of the color and the saturation. And what I want to do is I want to match the color of the building on the right side, just to get an even look and to get the attention of the viewer towards the middle of the image. So I'm gonna have to reduce the lightness a little bit. The hue is not absolutely correct. I'm gonna have to find the right spot, but you know, this is taking some time, but I think we're pretty close, so this is gonna be enough for right now. So I have this layer that will change the building on the left side. So I'm gonna give this layer a name, and now we're gonna add a layer which will darken the sky. And there are many ways to do it. For me, I'm gonna just add a layer, press G on the keyboard, and I'm gonna draw a gradient mask. By the way, if you press M, Capture One will show you what this mask looks like. And I'm gonna adjust it to affect the sky. And you know, now it will also affect the buildings. So first of all, we're gonna change the exposure there to see what we're doing. Add some contrast, maybe not that much. And now I'm gonna use the erase tool one more time, just to show you what I'm doing. I'm gonna press M again so we can see the mask. And now I'm gonna erase the mask from the building. And you can see that I unintentionally hit some areas here in the sky, and the auto masking is gonna repair that just automatically. So I'm gonna work my way here, and you can see that it is not perfect, but auto masking will do its job and help me create a good mask that is not causing any problems. And what we can also do is use the refine mask tool just to fine-tune our masking. That's always a good idea to try that and to see if it improves the mask, which it usually does. I'm gonna press apply, and now the little edges that we had here on the roof are gone. So I'm gonna name this sky. So as you can see, it has darkened the sky, and well, there seems to be a little bit of mask left here on the building. Just gonna erase that, and now we're good. So let's work on the background a little bit, just to get the exposure right. Add some contrast, add some saturation, just to make this image pop a little bit. And I always like to play with clarity and structure. And the next thing that we're gonna do is we're gonna add a layer, another one, call it street. Use the brush tool now, select a decent size, turn down the exposure and saturation, and now we're gonna paint in this street. Maybe that's a little bit too much, but we can change that whenever we like. That's the good thing. But the good thing right now is that we can see where we're painting. I like to work that way, so I can then see if everything is good. Use the erase tool one more time, make it smaller, and just take my time to create a good mask, because you know, in the end, everything comes down to the quality of the mask that you created. But you know, for demonstration purposes of this video, I'm pretty fine with this mask. So I'm gonna show you what the street layer looks like. It looks like this. And obviously there would need to be done some fine tuning. And I'm gonna do it just to show you that we need to do a precise job. And it's not that it will take very long. All right, now I'm happy with the mask, and I keep repeating myself, but it's really important to create a good mask and to see if the edges are clean and everything is smooth, because if you do your adjustments on that mask, and especially if you like me, I turned down the exposure by 1.5 stops, which is quite a lot, you will see unwanted artifacts, and that's not what we're looking for. So if I would now disable all of the layers, it will look like this. If I would now show you the before and after, it would look like this. This is the way it was in the beginning, and that's where we are right now. That's the way it is. So we can now work on the yellow one more time, just to get something more out of the colors. Increase the saturation a little bit. Maybe also increase contrast. Darken the sky one more time. The beautiful thing is that we can now select everything separately. Building left, street, sky, background, and we could even create a separate layer with just the street car. Let's do this. Use a radial gradient tool for that. Call this one car. And whatever we do now, I'm gonna have to invert the mask. Whatever we do now will only be applied to the car. So let's add some contrast just to make this one pop a little more. Add some more saturation. Yeah, I think this was pretty helpful to enhance the image. What I'm gonna do now is just remove a little bit of the mask up here. Just to show you what I'm doing, I'm going to show you the mask one more time. Erase a little bit just around. I mean, there are many other ways to do that, and I could have also painted just the area that I want, but you know, that's the way it goes sometimes. So this is too much, obviously. Let me just go here. And as you can see, you just need to play around. You can do a lot of things in Capture One that you cannot do in Adobe Lightroom. This is a creative process. When taking photos, you shouldn't be too concerned about your post-production process. You should be more concerned about the photography itself. A good image consists of great photography that happens mostly outdoors, and maybe some or maybe a lot of post-production. It depends on the image, but it's not only post-production. So as you can see, just with the masking of this street and with the car, there are many different ways to get to your results. So stay open-minded, try different tools, try the technical features that the camera and the software offers you, and try to find your voice in photography. You know, that sounds weird, but you will learn that over time you will do things over and over again in the same way. And that's a good thing, actually. So people will recognize your work because it has been done the way you do it. And that's where you need to go. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this little tutorial and I hope you learned something. I appreciate your feedback in the comments, and in the next videos I'm gonna show you some more images that I edited in Capture One from Iceland. Hope to see you there. See you soon.